I'll be going over my language goals for 2021. So I talked to Word of Shane last weekend, and we kind of talked about what we wanted to do this upcoming year. And I thought it was kind of important that I actually, write it down and kind of share with you guys what I think I'm gonna be able to do this year. So just in general, when you're making goals, you need to make sure that they're measurable and there's something attainable. Right, and then it also helps to have an accountability person, kind of like what I'm doing with Word of Shane and kind of what I'm doing with you guys. So first off, I have kind of like an overall view, and then uh, a month by month breakdown of what I think I'm going to be doing, and then kind of like I made a language learning wish list, kind of like Shane did as well. So let's get to it. So the first overall goal is what I want to do is I want to say that I'm able to speak Spanish by the end of the year. It's been kind of frustrating not being able to do any output at all, but I feel as though it's been for the best. I could pretty much understand a good majority of things, which I don't think a lot of other people can say that. So next, I also want to complete 12 books, which I think is pretty good. That's a book a month. Uh, 1,200 hours total of study. So last year I did about 360 hours ish in 10 months from when I started keeping track of everything. So I think that this is somewhat achievable. It's also kind of important to set your goals just like a hair above what you think you're able to do, right? So for me to get 1,200 hours, I calculated it out, and I needed to do 2.35 hours a day. So just kind of round it up to 2.5 hours a day, but I already know that I can do 2 hours a day, right? So you kind of just want to set it up just above what you know you're capable of doing. Just kind of the same thing with anything else, right? You want to lose weight instead of saying, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? You want to say, I want to lose 30 pounds. So that way, when it's all said and done and you lost, 28, 23, somewhere in there, you're more than happy because you kind of psychologically put that limit on yourself. So that's kind of why you want to do this, and then if you're able to hit it, that's great, even better. But aim high at what's it called? Shoot for this, shoot for the moon and land among the stars. That's kind of what you want to do, and you need to be okay with failing. Failing to some extent. Uh, so yeah, I think that's something doable. It's going to be pretty tough, I think, but that's kind of the point. It's not supposed to be easy. Uh, Next, I want to be able to hit 500 Anki Sinus cards. I've kind of dropped off from doing Anki lately, but I think that after I get more used to like the verb conjugations and when preterite and imperfect and reflexive and all that stuff kind of becomes more easier for me. I think I'll start getting back up to uh, memorizing words and stuff. Also, kind of, this is the monolingual transition. I guess it's for those you don't know, you're basically going to change everything you have into Spanish and try to function more or less in your target language. So we'll give this a shot. Maybe I'll make a pretty cool little video later on. I'm not going to do it till the end of the year because I don't feel as though I'm ready to do it yet. So we'll see how this goes. This is kind of these top three are like yes, 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 and then these two I'm just kind of like meh about. So we'll see. I'm still going to try and do them for the most part. So here's my month by month breakdown. So I also have this, when I previously tried to learn Spanish like 3 or 4 times ago, right? I got like the most popular selling workbook on Amazon, which is a living language. I'm sure you can find it super easily. But I'm gonna start doing that. I want to knock it out. It has, beginner, intermediate, advanced. I figure I can, after kind of working on the beginner this week, I should be able to finish this within like the beginner in 1 or 2 weeks, and then get on to intermediate halfway through and kind of work through advanced. Uh, and also have some books already lined up. Ki Alchemista, right? The Alchemist. Ordered Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. El Principito, I think is how you say it. I have that book as well. And I think the next book up is Esperanza Renante. Renante? I hope so. That's right. But yeah, I have that up. So if anybody has any suggestions for good books that you think I could read, let me know because I still got 8 more to figure out. Also, going to start outputting in April. That would be exactly 1 year of comprehensible input, I guess you could say. So a year of silent period, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to this. Before that, I'm gonna do a little bit of shadowing, just kind of practice speaking, getting the words out of my mouth. Maybe find a parent. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that, and hopefully by then I'll be able to have more free time to with the kid. You know, we'll have him in daycare, so I won't be as just mentally exhausted all the time. Uh, so yeah, I'll be able to do the Anki output, and then kind of start monolingual in October. I just picked that because that's 18 months. Uh, so yeah, I think that's pretty realistic, a good guide to go by. And then, so for my kind of where I see myself in the upcoming years, kind of move this up so you can see the date. So 2022, so that's next year. Oh man, I'm off by a year on all these. Hold up. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, I would hope to by the end of this year be at like a B2 level Spanish. Seems pretty realistic. Some of the like online tests or whatever I do say I'm like A2, B1, but that's more of just like input style and kind of grammar. But I've had no real formal training, so I'm not too concerned about it. I think I should be able to hit it or get pretty close to it. Uh, so then the following year, 2022, I hope to be able to call myself a C1 level, which is pretty functionally conversational and like more or less fluent. I know I said the F word, but get over it. But I also kind of plan on in 2022. I plan on going to business school, get my MBA. It's pretty attractive for me. Or for the industry I'm in, it's really common for people to go with their MBA to kind of move on up, and I think it would also help out for me wanting to work abroad in Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, one of those countries. So then also kind of like my wish list language is, Mandarin or Japanese. Uh, I would take it pretty casually while I'm in school. Uh, Again, so I don't think I'm gonna make that much progress at it at all, and I don't really want to achieve such a high level like what I want to do with Spanish. So more or less continue that on to 2023. I know it'll take me a long time to consider myself fluent in Spanish. But after that, I'd kind of like to branch out a little bit more. Maybe just learn one more language after, Japanese or Mandarin. And it'll probably be some Romance or one of the Nordic languages, Dutch, Swedish, Norwegian. I don't know, just something that's not going to be so. They say that those are the easiest ones to learn, and the uh, Department of Defense say that they're like 300 to 400 hours to learn them. So I think that's something doable, and I can get like a decent kind of fun level in one of those languages. And then also Romance is supposed to be easier on the second one. So if I'm already pretty fluent in Spanish, I should be able to learn Italian or French. I think those are the two that I'm leaning towards for if I want to do that. But thanks, guys. I hope you guys have a good new year, and please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.